Today we're talking about a program that can legitimately change how we select images from families, weddings, and portrait sessions.
Taylor Jackson.
Shooting 67 weddings last year.
Taylor Jackson, welcome.
So Taylor, you are well known in this community. You're an amazing photographer.
Well, isn't it a nice day outside? We're here at the studio. We don't come here a lot anymore. We don't have a whole lot of work ongoing, unfortunately, but we do still have the space, so I figured I would come here and record this video. And then I immediately have to go home to use my green screen to do the remainder of this video. And the colors you're seeing right now are out of the Fuji X-T4. And this is I'll put what it is on the screen right here. This is the built-in color. So if you follow this channel, you'll know that I don't like to do a whole lot of color correction in post, even for my wedding films, that we try to shoot everything as correct as we can in camera. And right now, while this profile, it might be just a touch warm, I think it looks pretty good. What do you guys think? X-T4 for the win. I'm also using the 16 1.4 as the lens, which is an older lens, but it seems to be doing okay. And I can't hear it using the Rode NTG shotgun microphone, and I don't think I can hear the autofocus noise. Let's see if I get really close. No autofocus noise, unless there was autofocus noise that I couldn't hear in real life. We're here today to talk about something that is legitimately revolutionary, I believe, specifically as of right now in the family photo / portrait space. And as it continues to grow, the software we're going to speak about is in beta, which means it's open to a few people, but they're still collecting a lot of data and how to make it as good as it can possibly be. But as of right now, if I was to go out and I was to photograph a family session, this software really would make my life a heck of a lot easier. And I think the growth of this software is going to really make it into something that is going to make my life a heck of a lot easier. You might have seen a few days ago how I processed a wedding automatically from one click and let AI do all the editing. This is kind of the culling side of that, made by a different company. Narrative Select is the product name, Narrative is the company. You might be familiar with their blog software. What I was the most excited for, and I emailed them as soon as I saw that this was a possibility that this product could exist. I wanted to be part of it because I wanted to have my voice heard, because I come from a strange maybe not as strange, maybe it's more usual than I would expect it to, but I come from a computer programming background. I went to school for computer programming, and then I found my way into photography. So efficiency and coded efficiency specifically is a huge part of how I run my business. I shoot 60 plus weddings every single year. Maybe not this year, we'll see. Next year I'm probably gonna do like 85 or 90 because it's just gonna be a crazy year. I also do a lot of family sessions, and when I do those family sessions, I put them all in one day and I shoot them all back to back to back, and I batch process everything. So this software, specifically in my business model, my efficiency base, I'm not gonna say like massive volume, like I'm not trying to do 1,000 family sessions in a year. I'm trying to do as many as I need to get by and to have fun and to reconnect with families after they've gotten married and had kids. But I really do strive to do things as efficiently as I possibly can. And I would say that if I was not a photographer or a computer programmer, that I would probably be some sort of efficiency consultant, potentially. That just makes it sound like I want to fire people. I don't want to do that. I want to make business structure and computer things as fast as they can possibly be. And I feel like that is where I strangely fit into this beta test. So let's get into the software and I don't know, let's talk about it and see where the future of culling is going to go. Lindsay drove me here. I asked her to drive me over here so I could have an opening montage of B-roll, so I have to take the one wheel back. So we're gonna ride this on the way home. door-to-door service. Look at that. On the way home, I truly did believe that that was the greatest footage that I'd ever taken. Everything looked like it was on a gimbal, and it was amazing and dynamic and fast. And then I got home and it's bumpy, but at least the colors are nice. I also think I fixed the preamp hiss issue, and it was an NTG shotgun thing that was my fault, but I think it should be good now. Here's Richard to give you some disapproving looks. Let's go talk about the artificial intelligence eye. Here we are inside Narrative Select. I'm inside a computer. I never thought the day would come. I'm here. I live inside the computer now. Humanity and technology finally fused thanks to Narrative Select. What Narrative Select is essentially it is software, AI software that will help you understand essentially which images are worth keeping. So in my understanding, the process or the trajectory of this program, right now it can identify if your eyes are open, if you're smiling, if you're looking good, if you're like this, it's going to flag you, and if you're in focus. So the most important things to making a technically correct image, for instance, if I'm a family photographer, I go out there, I do a session, I take 1,000 images because we do a bunch of different combinations and a bunch of candids. I come back here and it will tell me every single one where people are, one, that it's the image with everyone's eyes open. And if you're photographing, if you're doing a photo with like 25 people in it, to visually go by and verify everyone's eyes is kind of annoying. So this will just tell you. It will also give you, if you hit the slash button, it'll give you the close-up of those people too. So this is myself in full vlog mode with the Switch pod, as well as the XT4, as well as the NTG that I just spoke about, and I love this microphone. And then my face and my one wheel. This is my, I'm gonna submit to be a vlogger. So this is my submission photo. And as you can see right now, underneath here, eyes partially open because it's really bright, so it'll tell you that, and nearly in focus. So we're pretty close. I'm gonna call that like that's close enough for me. But as you go down to this next image, still kind of like nearly in focus, but eyes are closed. From what I understand, the natural progression of this program is going to be is that right now it can identify all these features, and in the future it's just only going to give you the images that you actually need. So you go out, you do those family photos, and rather than culling from those 1,000 that you took, it'll get rid of all the stuff that it just knows that you do not want. And you are left to just select from the images that are good enough pretty much to be delivered. So as you can see, still nearly in focus. We were having some focus struggles today. So under here, nearly out of focus. As you can see, my eyes are a little soft. I don't know, I think Tim was still on manual focus, so he was trying to ballpark it to give you some examples. And up here that we started on was the one that I would say is the closest to in focus. Eyes open, very nice. Now moving into the images that you saw at the beginning, as you can see, a little soft. I would still consider that to be usable in my tolerances, and specifically with post-production, I feel like with the raw file, you can kind of work that to be definitely a good photo. But eyes are open. In this next photo here, eyes still open. Where's eyes closed? There we go. Eyes closed, you get the red bar. You get the out of focus notification because I'm also out of focus and also eyes are closed. So you would not want that photo. There's no reason for you to have to click next on that photo when you're culling through everything. So by knowing that, speeds my process up significantly. And when there's no face in it and it's just this, you don't get any of those notes. Now when you load into an image with a lot more people, these are actually their sample images, so I did not take these photos. These are from their team, I believe. But as you can see, when you hit slash, you get to see everybody's face. So you want to make sure the most important, the key people, are in fact in focus. And if she's good, then I'm going to be pretty happy. So I'm going to want these two here. So you can kind of select who you want to lock to. And as you actually scroll through images, their face will be the one that it focuses on. So as you can see, up here, in focus, eyes open, good shot. Moving next one, you can get rid of the faces on the side if you want. Out of focus, eyes open. Next shot, nearly out of focus, eyes open. So it's giving you kind of a play-by-play of all of the characteristics that you would want from a photo that you would actually deliver. So moving into some more of their example images, I'm going to specifically watch this guy on the right because I think this is the most impressive. So he has glasses, which theoretically should kind of mess with the AI a little bit here. But as you can see, eyes partially open because he's got that half blink on. Everyone else is good. So as you're culling and you're looking through images, it's just very easy to immediately identify like not that one, maybe that one. People are a little bit soft. These markers here are nearly in focus. or they might be moving if it's a slower shutter speed. But it quickly helps you just decide that this is the image because this is the one everybody's looking, everybody eyes open, in focus. Very easy to make that split-second selection. And it also doesn't cost you any mental time either. I feel like one of the big things with me and culling is that it's a mental process and it's not fun. It's not a fun process. So when I'm culling through things, I'm really losing motivation kind of by the minute as I'm going through more and more images. And if I have to do something that's so systematic as looking at every individual face, it really does kind of make me want to get up and go get a coffee. And then I would say where I would use this the most is in situations like this that you have a lot of photos to go through, whether this is a family session or a wedding, and all you want are those few good photos of them smiling, facing the camera. And I would be selecting that image, and as I go, that one obviously gets the red bar, that one gets the orange bar because eyes are partially open, and all you need is that first image. So you're just getting a great visual cue that's very easy to understand and add into your process of which images are the 100% best of that group. Up here, you also have the ability to flag things with 1, 2, 3, 4, as well as labeling them with colors. This is just your close-ups button, and this is to show and hide these the assessments. Once you click this ship button, everything just goes out to Lightroom, and you're just left to edit. So if you've selected all your 5-star photos and you just ship it to Lightroom, it just shows up there, which is really cool. It's a very seamless way to integrate into Lightroom, which is really awesome. So I'm gonna go back to my beautiful estate here. I'm not sure where we are because I haven't selected the image to use yet, but I'm sure it's somewhere very luxurious. In all honesty though, this is a really revolutionary program, and I am very excited to see where it goes in the future. I have spent hours and hours and hours of my life culling through images, and the fact that it becomes at least a little bit faster and there is actually progression in that space. I feel like I stopped progressing with my speed of culling probably when I got Photo Mechanic back a bunch of years ago, like 10, 12, 15 years ago maybe, whenever I first discovered that. I feel like that helped me speed up a lot, and I feel like this is going to help me speed up even more. I am very excited, honestly very excited to see where this goes in the future, because this is a very exciting program, and yeah, that's the first look. Right now, that's where Narrative stands. If you're interested in getting on the beta, there's a link in the description below that you can click through and put your email in, and you can get notified when there's more beta spots available. And yeah, I am super excited to see this thing out in the market for purchase, and saving many people hundreds, thousands of hours of time, and just making it a better experience and a more enjoyable experience to actually cull through your photos, because it's not a fun one usually, unless it's like you're shooting this and you have 100 photos and you got to get down to like 6, 7 photos, then it's fun sometimes. But when you're sitting at a wedding gallery and you have just like hundreds of family formals, it's just not that much fun. So goodbye from my fabulous mansion, golf course, or helicopter, whatever it is that I've selected to be the background. And I hope that you're having a great day, and I hope that you're getting through this strange and unusual time in the world. Seems like hopefully things are going to get a little bit more back to normal next week, and then the next week hopefully even more, and then hopefully 2021 we get to shoot 150 weddings as a wedding photographer if you want, because there's going to be a lot of weddings, a lot of events. It's going to be a busy time in the world. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and then get your link to the Narrative Select Beta in the link below if you're interested. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again on another time. Jobin. Check. Still hiss. Check. Yeah. So what you're hearing there is that I've turned off the NTG shotgun entirely, and I'm still getting the same level of hiss. So I guess that means it's a XT4 issue, which might mean that it's impossible to solve. Okay, I've now turned it as quiet as it can possibly be, minus 30 decibels in the Fuji. I think that this is as good as it's going to get right here. That's okay. It's passable. Alright, so I've taken the mic off and I've put it on the Z6, which according to the internet has a bad preamp. I've never experienced anything negative with it, but I would say that it sounds a heck of a lot better, unfortunately. That's so sad about the XT4. I might have to make some sort of review of it, or I wish there was just anything that I could do. Maybe it's firmware. Let's go. Explore more.